I'm Gavin Roberts, and welcome to this City Update. Today, I'm joined by Kevin Arata. He's the Corporate Communications Director for the City of Fayetteville, and Robert Van Giens. He's the President and CEO of the Fayetteville Cumberland Economic Development Corporation. And the reason why we're here today to talk is about branding. The city and the county and many of our entities and partners in our community came together to help rebrand our community. And Kevin, tell me a little bit about the process where we are now and introduce our new brand.
Sure. So about 2 years ago, actually, Robert, who's on there with us, as you said, led this charge from the Fayetteville Cumberland Economic Development Corporation to help rebrand this region. So from the city side, the end result of our brand is America's can-do city, and the narrative that goes along with that, which is that we can do anything. We really can, and we'll get into that in a little while. But again, this is the end of a 2-year process where we're really excited to launch the new brand for the city and what we're all about.
Now, Robert, I know that when you have a unified brand with a unified voice, that really helps when you're trying to help promote our community, not in just helping shape what people think or about the community, but also helping bringing in those businesses to our area.
Well, I think you touched on one of the key points on why we embarked on this collaborative effort. What we found is we had a lot of great partners in this community telling our story, but doing it differently and doing it in a way that someone who wasn't here in Fayetteville or Cumberland County might not be able to tell that we were coming from the same place. And we weren't able to share our materials back and forth because they had different tacks and messaging and image and fonts. And that's what we worked to do here, was to bring together these partners and to really build a brand platform that, while there are core principles to it, it also can be unique and interpreted by each entity to serve its various audience and constituencies.
You know, I think what I really enjoy about this whole branding campaign is that it wasn't just a professional coming in saying this is what you should be. This was based on citizen feedback. This is what citizens were saying, how they see ourselves. Tell me, isn't that right, Kevin, a little bit about that?
Sure. So from our side, from Robert's side, as we brought all these groups together, what is it, Robert, 9 or 11 organizations that we had, and I'm even going to go down the list because there's so many of them right now. But the City County, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Cool Spring Downtown District, Robert's organization, the Greater Fayetteville Chamber, the Arts Council, Vision 2026, the county, and the city. Well, I guess that's about all of them, actually. Maybe a few more in there. So as we came together and bringing the organization in here to help us brand, they came in here with an open set of eyes, no blinders on, to figure out what we looked like around us at the county level, at the city county, at the other municipalities. At Fort Bragg, surveyed over 4,000 people, either by in-person interviews or by surveys online and through charrettes that we hosted in the downtown area to capture their voice and find out what they felt around the city, around the county was most important to them, and what really provided that DNA, that makeup behind what this region is all about.
Now, Robert, Robert?
Yeah, I was going to say there is, for a brand to be of value, for it truly to represent the community, it needs to be both authentic and aspirational. And that is why we felt it was so important to engage such a diverse cross-section of stakeholders. And we also went out externally and looked at what other communities and business leaders and site location consultants think about Fayetteville and Cumberland County, what they knew about us, and importantly, what they didn't know about us. So I think that that's the key. We wanted a brand that was both true to who we are, but also reflected who we want to be as a community going forward.
And before we wrap up, Robert, I just have one quick question. I'm going to put you on the spot. What type of feedback have you been getting since we've unveiled the branding for America's Can-Do City, Can-Do Carolina?
I will just say that everyone who's been involved over the last 2 years is, I think, both intellectually and emotionally invested in this process. So we wanted this to go well, but it is so great to hear the unanimous positive feedback that I've gotten from every segment of the community, from the private sector, from the nonprofit sector, from all our different stakeholders, from others that want to join in and be part of this message going forward, which is the next step for us to grow it further, but it's been unanimously positive.
Well, Robert, Kevin, I want to thank you for coming on to this city update and help in that can-do attitude to make this. I think this is the first time we've ever done a remote shoot like this with Fay TV on a city update, where each of us are remote, but we're calling in on our phone so we can hear each other as we talk to each other remotely. So thank you for coming and sharing us about the new brand, Can Do Carolina, and I want to thank you for watching.